My goal this league is to complete every single task in the game. Last episode, we just finished our tier 8 relic and chose minion, which meant we are finally PVM ready. Well, kind of. Leagues has a habit of team content dying after X amount of time, so it is best to do those tasks ASAP while everyone is doing them. If we wait a couple weeks, we won't be able to find teams. That is why I started with Zalcano. There is a KC task for Zalcano, being get 100 kills, which we are working towards. During that grind, we have to look at the RNG grinds along the way that we can hopefully zero time and spend no more than 100 KC here. We need to get a crystal tool seed and a Zalcano shard drop, both of which can be quite rare if unlucky. Meta for us in the very beginning is to do 5-man teams until we see a crystal tool seed, and then maybe think about readjusting. Anyone on the team can get the drop, and this account is an Iron Man, which means I have to be the one to get it. That's what makes masses of 10-mans or even more not good for hunting the tool seed. The sweet spot of 5-man teams is usually a 2 down for a quick kill, while not having too many people that can potentially yoink the seed. Long term, we also need to complete the CAs of every single boss we can do, starting here with Zalcano. I enabled XP here because having items on would just be crazy. Here is 91 mining. 50 KC now. Halfway there and still no drops. Honestly, wasn't feeling too great. Oh, yay, I got Zalcano shard. 80 KC now. I think this was the third tool seed I've seen. Surely I'll get the next one. 100 Zalcanos. That was my last KC task for this boss, which means every kill after this is just wasting time due to being unlucky, since I still need the RNG tool seed. If I got lucky by now, we would be able to move on and save time. Oh, let's go! Only had to do 14 extra, not bad. I ended the last video talking about how combat was extremely confusing to me the first 48 hours. Everything sucked, I was weak, blah blah blah. I did find a solve though. That solve required me to get 93 Slayer for the new Echo Staff from Thermi. The problem is, since I was so weak, my Slayer training was so slow. My solution was to dump Diary Lamps into Slayer. Here I am doing a chamber kill for the Diary, and we decided to do a challenge mode because it's a better chance at a T-bow, which long term will be good. Our team points are however horrible because we are all undergeared and underleveled, something I didn't take into consideration. Scuffed equals stuff. Even with all of us dying a bunch, we still managed to each pull a purple. 2 arcanes and 1 ancestral robe. That was full elite diary completed as well, plus 200 league points. I also did all of the Ardugani diaries, and that actually managed to get us 87 Slayer, which unlocks us Kraken. I didn't know this immediately, but Kraken was actually another solve. I got a Kraken task which I needed to do long term regardless, and it was going to be my next upgrade for magic. A Trident upgrade over my 1-tick Warp Scepter. My clip started late by accident, but once I got it, I made my way to try Zulrah again. Zulrah drops are an even bigger upgrade to Trident, which I could use before Thermi, but to be honest, I'm doing a Slayer task of 5 Zulrahs right now, and I'm still not convinced this is worth doing. My kills are just too slow. After giving up at Zulrah again, and already lamping above 87 Slayer, this is when I finally learned what the heck a Thorn is. Thorns are a combat pact on the combat tree that allows me to deal recoil damage back to enemies. Even if I'm praying and they hit a 0, I still recoil damage. On top of that, it gives me melee XP for it. I could train all of my melees to 99 with this. Recoiling infinite damage back to mobs in AoE is just as OP and fast as barraging Slayer. Except I don't need barrage, I need Thorns. Here is my first ever superior all leagues. My Slayer relic has a 50% chance of giving me back-to-back superiors permanently, so ideally we get back 7 back right here, including a heart and a gem. I unfortunately did not get a single superior. How boring. Fortunately, the misc battle staff that we did get is a task. Slay 250 creatures. There's so many tasks locked behind Slayer, and since I barely touched this skill, I'm just raking them all in now. 2100 total for my Thorns leveling up my really low melees. Ooh! Oh! Abyssal Dagger, that's the good one! Plus 200. Straight followed by an Abyssal Whip task, another plus 200. This is insane. Don't get me wrong, it was impossible to know this on day 1 because the combat tree was so confusing, but Thorns were the solve for early game the entire time. Anyone who knew this in the first hour are the people winning the league. I took 3 days to figure this out. Just a casual Necro task and I'm getting 7 mil an hour attack XP by recoil hits. With Thorns, it's very important to stack them like you're barraging, because remember, we are recoiling damage through prayer. That means the NPC has to hit us for us to recoil it. If they are stuck behind other NPCs, we won't deal any damage. I decided to do a Dark Beast Slayer task because there is a task for equipping a Dark Bow. Because these are in singles, my Thorns are not nearly as good, and we're pretty much back to doing our day 1 Slayer. Horrible rates. 14 kills in, Dark Bow completed. These are definitely a block. I realized while watching these clips that I unfortunately had claws disabled, but I do re-enable that at some point later on. We also got 93 Slayer right before that Dark Bow, which means I can now skip for a Thermi task. We are about to get so strong. Most Echo bosses are more enjoyable and fun than the main game, but Thermi felt okay to me. I will say Thermi in the main game is barely a boss, so it does kind of get a pass, but out of all of the Echo bosses I've killed so far, this has been the most boring to me. We need 2 items from Thermi, the staff and the offhand. There is dry protection here, so there's not too much stress, we just have to keep killing the boss. Only 7 KC, we just got the staff, only the offhand to go now. Yes, I'm done. 37 KC, I am finally strong. I have both Echo weapons from Thermi now. This is what I've been waiting for. I've had a 200 Zulrah kill task stored in my task storage for ages, and I am finally strong enough to kill Zulrah efficiently. This Echo weapon counts any attack as an elemental weakness. For example, Zulrah is normally weak to fire, but I can cast Wind Surge and Zulrah will be weak to it thanks to my offhand. The significance of me casting Wind Surge is that my combat relics give me a % chance to always hit a max hit based off my prayer bonus. So no matter what I'm killing, I want to cast wind spells. With high enough bonus, we essentially always hit a max hit no matter what. First kill back, we got both a PB of 20 seconds and a trident. I no longer use food as every kill is about 10 to 15 seconds. Zulrah legit dies before it can attack me. Here's already 75 KC. Assuming I hit no zeros, a Zulrah kill is 9.6 seconds. That's the fastest I can get with my setup. That's Serphelm number 2. All I need left now is a blowpipe. Similar to our Zalcano situation, the final KC task of Zulrah is 300 kills. Ideally, we want all of the RNG items by then. That's only blowpipe to go, and we are currently only 125 KC. With 5x boosted rates, the drop is only 1 in 100. This should be easily winnable. Another Trident. 150 Zulrahs, halfway there. I finished my Slayer task, so I did one more kill to count the CAGM time, as it has to be off Slayer task. But it's now time to Slayer hop for a bit while waiting for another Zulrah task. Remember, when we do get Zulrah, we can pick 200, so this technically is not that bad. Claiming all my points from that task, except for the Tan's Fang since we don't have one yet. This is a lot slower than Runecraft, but now that I'm 99 in that, I can use my soul shards on Prayer instead. That's another free 99 and 200 points completed. I got another Zulrah task, and 275 KC, we got a Magma Mutagen. Not ideal as it's not a blowpipe and a lot rarer, and there's only 25 KC left before we start wasting time here. 278 KC, we got a Jar of Swamp. This is actually a good thing as there is a league task for using a jar from any boss. Kill number 300. I still don't have a blowpipe, so from now on we waste time trying to get the drop. Accidentally 100 KC over now, 400 and still nothing. I had to get another Slayer task after that, but we are officially 5x dry at 500 KC now. This might sound bad, and it is bad in terms of drop rates, but remember, we are getting 100 kills per hour. It's not the worst. 501 KC, got us 99 Slayer. Oh, finally! Oh my god. I opened up my Konar keys from 99 Slayer for Rune and Dragon Dirt tips, which were other league tasks. Here is the final Zulrah log. 9 Magic Fangs, 7 Serps, 7 Onyx, and 1 Tans. 1 Mutagen and Jar as well if you're into that. Found another Zulrah task as well that I almost didn't see, make 100 Anti-Venoms. All of my herbs so far has been from Butler's Bell, and it will continue to be. Kind of just locked into doing all the Slayer bosses right now, and occasionally doing barrage tasks in hope for superiors for a heart and a gem. Cave Kraken was up next, and here we need a 300 kill task again for leagues, but we also need 10 tentacles to make a Giga Trident. These tentacles are 1 in 80 after the 5x drop rate buff, so realistically, we should be done by 800 KC. Being done by 300 would be insanely lucky, not quite what I'm expecting. This league's also taught me for the first time ever that you can wake Kraken up by tagging each tentacle, not throwing a vial at his forehead. This is faster in league specifically because my trident is 1 tick, so it takes 4 ticks to wake him. That is the 300 task completed. Unfortunately, I do not remember how many tentacles I had so far, but we are pacing pretty well. 200 Cave Kraken task completed, and we have 6 tentacles in our inventory, which means we got 6 this trip. Very good. Doing some Trio Huey as I still need the drops here, plus 50 KC, and I had 2 friends available. I'm at only 8 KC and I already got 1 hide drop and 1 wand. It's looking good. I also grabbed the Black Demon task, and I really wanted 1 Zenite to use for normal PVM. We do need 4 long term, but I don't want to grind demonics yet because I can respec my tree later on into prayer penetration and just can't magic against these guys, and I would hit full. I figured I'd try my luck with 1 task at 1 Zenite. 78 KC, and thank god because this was super slow. I will come back here in the future after we respec. After that demonic task, I was mostly ready for more bossing, especially raiding. The problem was, a massive accuracy buff was coming a few days in the future at this point. Until then, it doesn't really make sense to PVM. Jegs is going to be buffing everyone. I better off sticking to skilling tasks for now. For that reason, I decided to take a detour and max. I was able to get stronger thorns due to completing random combat tasks, And now my XP at Monkey Madness 2 tunnels is nuclear. I am chinning and getting 13.5 million hour range XP alongside 30 million hour melee XP. We can swap the melee XP we want from Thorns by equipping a weapon and changing the style, then going back to the main weapon, in this case chins. The only thing I learned from this is if you specifically have your minion out, it will always train your attack when using Thorns. For that reason, we had to dismiss our minion. 99 defense and 126 combat, absolutely flying in points. And also 99 ranged. That is all of my combats completed. Decanting my own super combats like the good Iron Man I am to do another league task. Create 100 divine super combats. Instead of making 100 super combats because they are annoying, I can make 25 and turn them all into 101 doses. Then add crystal dust to 101 doses is my 100 divine super combat task. I didn't have that much mining left over after Zalcano, but gem mining with enhanced harvest is super fun. Because the rocks don't degrade, we can get 2 successful rolls per mine. I'm casually getting nearly 7 mil an hour to finish off 99. 99 mining completed. I have been avoiding actually training fishing for a while, but I have been leaving my computer on overnight while asleep, AFKing bonds for 30 minutes. That got me 99 cooking without even being awake. Now that I'm actively trying to max, it was time to actually train fishing. Aerial fishing with enhanced harvest is actually very good XP for me. I get double the fish, which means double the XP in both fishing and hunter. The hunter XP makes this worth it because the normal harvest relic does not increase hunter XP. We're getting extra out of this. This is my first time ever doing aerial fishing in any account in any game mode, but I am growing to love it. Enhanced Harvest Relic does auto-bank our catches, but I had to turn it off so that I can use my knife on the fish to get more bait to continue the method. This method becomes much more chill when we have bait stored, so I decided to try hard this to stack a bunch of bait so that I can chill for a few hours. 1.3k bait should be more than enough for a couple hours to finish off 99. Here's level 95 fishing and base 95 stats. I'm also learning very quickly that the XP rates scale heavily pre-99 for aerial fishing. Every level I get, I'm getting a good amount more XP per hour. Here is 97 fishing, and I'm holding nearly 2.1 mil an hour fishing. I realized I never showed myself doing construction, but being an Iron Man in leagues, I had to 2-tick my own teak logs that got auto-banked and make my own planks. Here is 99 woodcutting. I made all my planks at Auburnvale with my bank heist teleport, and because it was faster to get teak logs and not mahoganies, I'm doing teak benches instead of mahoganies. I'm still getting 10 mil an hour though. 99 construction. $99 fishing completed. 99 fishing was kind of my last 99, because I don't count fletching as a real skill. I managed to 0 time about 500k off, but I needed to avail totems for tasks anyway, so I decided to just grind this for a few minutes and get 99 so I can buy my max cape. 99 fletching, and probably my last time ever getting the clean 2277 total level. I definitely can say I wasn't actively trying to max, but we managed to get this on April 20th, 5 days after release. We were also the 13th account to be fully maxed. Even though I am broke, it is absolutely worth it for me to buy a max cape due to the perks, such as teleports for clue scrolls. We are definitely strong now. We hit hard, air spells zoom. But at the end of the day, there is still an announcement of combat being buffed and easier in a few days. I have many other tasks to do, skills to level, clues to clog, and I will absolutely be doing those while waiting for the buff to continue my PVM journey. I do apologize that this video is extremely late and I'm very far behind IRL progress, but I have been actively playing a lot and I do plan on catching up at the end of everything. If you do want to watch the progress live, do keep in mind that I'm streaming almost all of my progress on twitch.tv/jcwrs. Until next time, take care everybody, and peace out.